Okay, up here at the Tennessee Coal and Iron Company's Ishkooda No.13 mine tipple and hoist house down below. Boiler house will be over there. Washroom is down there in the woods, the remains of it down there in the woods somewhere. This right here is the spur line. Right here would have been the spur line railroad. They've turned into a trail, and that would go all the way around to the 14 mine. That's looking northeast, and of course this is looking towards the southwest, southwest. And this is the remains of the ore crusher foundation, retaining wall. And back in the day, the 13 tipple would have been a wooden tipple, would have stretched pretty high up there, and the ore coming out of the 13 mine would have been brought up in a skip car, dumped, gone through a gyratory ore crusher, and then the crushed ore would have been loaded into waiting empty ore cars, and they would have been set up right here. They would have been set, the empty ore cars would have been right here, and then the loaded ones would have been just pushed down that way for a waiting locomotive from TCI to come and pick it up and take it to the ore sintering plant at Winona. But Park has done an excellent job in cleaning all this debris out. Red Mountain Park, that is, because a couple of years ago you couldn't see anything. This trail, there was no trail. You had to fight your way through just legions of privet, overgrowth, vines just to get here. So they've done an excellent job in restoring the site somewhat. So anyway, and the ore crusher would have sat right up there. It was electrically driven to crush the ore. So, and the hoist house is just right down there where I'm going to go to. So, and the boiler house remains are over here. So, all right. Okay, the ore crusher foundation to the number 13 is back down the trail, which would have been rail bed here, and that would take you straight on down to the number 11 mine, the 12 mine, 10 mine, and on over to Winona. And these steps right here most likely were for the miners, because the Washhouse remains are somewhere down there in the woods. And these are the steps they would have, when they came out of the mine or coming up to go up to the mine, they would have walked up these stairs. So, and TCI painted every railing yellow for caution. So that's why they're still painted yellow today. Still in remarkably good condition. Solid steel concrete steps. So alright, and I'm not going to do any video and trying to get through this stuff. So, but anyway, there's the steps going up. Alright, and try to get through all this stuff now. Okay, this is the coal dock right here in front of me. And this is where ore would have been or coal would have been offloaded from up top, from coal cars into these coal bunkers right here. And the boiler house is this right out here. All this right here was the boiler house. And you see really porous concrete, rough concrete, and what it looks like from the early 1900s when this was constructed. Surprised they left this standing. And these are the coal chutes right here. And see how they had the support. They used rail lines. Since TCI was a big producer of rail lines. And these are all coal chutes right here. And so the coal cars would have been up right here, dumped them right in here. So it just stretches on. I don't know how many of these coal bays there are, but there's quite a few. Maybe, I don't know, maybe about a dozen. So, all right. And make my way on down to the hoist house here. Alright. Park's done, somebody's been up here at the park clearing out a lot of privet. So it wasn't too difficult to walk over here like I've done before. So, alright. Okay, this is the remains of the 13 Hoist house. And you can see that it is pretty dangerous. A lot of holes everywhere. This will be the basement level right here, down here. And this is where the hoist would have sat. Of course, the whole building, you can see how much of it is collapsed and was torn up. But this is not recommended to run around and explore. It's pretty dangerous. Just don't want to be, if you see how that floor is buckled in right there, you don't want to be walking across that. So, so you got one of the big steam pipes right there. You can barely see it. But this wasn't had a big basement like the other ones. So this is going back to the early 1900s original construction. So, but it was a pretty big hoist house. So anyway, it's not recommended to be even walking over this thing because the leaves and everything could cover this up, and you could just go straight through, hurt yourself really bad, even impale yourself. So, but the bathhouse is somewhere down over there through that sea of privet and overgrowth. And try to find that next. And the ore crusher would be straight up through that, all this overgrowth here. You got the trail, then up over the mountain and down the haulage cut is the 13 Mine portal. So, all right. Okay, this big flat spot right here, all right here was the wash house for the miners. I mean, when they tore everything up, they even took the concrete. There's remains of a water pipe system back down there, and there are the remains of a, what you got, the only thing left I've seen is a toilet. That's it, toilet bowl, right there. So, this was the remains of the wash house. It was a big wash house built for the miners for 13 and 14 mines. So that's all that's left. So anyway, nothing to take pictures of, just do a little recording right here. You can't really see too much, but it's a big flat area right here, and this would have been the wash house. So, all right. This is actually on top of the coal dock here. Not sure what those structures are, but you've got the safety bar right here, and down through there you've got the coal chutes right here. A little bit easier to navigate. So you got the coal chutes right there. Boiler house would have been right here. All right. And right over there, that big flat spot, that's the Hoist house foundation. Okay, well, let's look here. All right.